What's up guys, welcome again to another review of the pair of headphones, namely the Philips Fidelio L1s. This is really a well built and practical pair of headphones, so let's dive into this review. As I said, this really is a nice pair of headphones, so let's dive in and see what is good about it and what is not. So starting off with the build quality, as you can see, it's finished in aluminium. It has a memory foam-ish headband, not too soft, but then again it doesn't bother us when you are having this pair of headphones on your head. Then we have the aluminum touch with the, in my respect, great looking hinge, if you can see that. Then this curly thing that connects the overall pair of headphones. As far as flexing goes, this can fairly fit a really big head, and it also works if you have a small head like mine. So as you can see, it isn't sealed, which causes it to have a lot of noise when you are playing it. So I don't recommend these if you are going to listen to music on train, or if you are going to school by bus, or just traveling with somebody else, because they would definitely be hearing your music, and if you have a really bad taste of music in the respect of the other people, they won't allow you in. So starting off with the headphone jack, again the aluminium finish to it, Philips logo on there. As you can see, this is short cable. The reason for this is that it will prevent you from pulling your computer away if you are doing something else and you forgot that you still have your headphones on and it isn't plugged into your smartphone. Also for a smartphone, it's very useful because of the tension that between your smartphone and the headphones. Sometimes possible to pull it out of your pants and it will fall to the ground, and with this it isn't possible to do that. But it's a fun concept, but I don't recommend you counting on that fact, because the reason is there is still some tension to it, and if you have a MacBook Air or something else, it will still pull it to the ground and it will be broken. So it's a fun concept if you still work on a workstation that is around £2, but I don't recommend it, you concentrating on that. Then as you can see, the headphones themselves, the aluminum finish, and the ear padding, it's memory foam. As you can see, my finger is in there and it is nice and comfortable. It is pleathery style, but it manages to breathe fairly easily, so after extensive use you won't have sweaty ears or whatever. The only downfall with this pair of headphones is in the beginning the ear padding was quite hard, which caused my ears to hurt after several hours of listening to the music. Then if we take a look at the back, we have the premium finish, and the side we have the high definition logo. Then again, this is a normal stereo headphone, which means the sound quality is good, but it definitely isn't surround sound. Definitely isn't comparable to that, but it does manage to have some surround sound-ish things, like for example iTunes provides a sound enhancer that gives you some kind of surround sound. Actually, that is the only headphone that I've ever encountered with that actually is possible to have that option on without it looking awkward or something like that. It really gives some extra to it, since the surround sound works, and this is possibly because of the large cone that is within this pair of headphones. But as we are speaking about the cone, it is a headphone that has a quite high fidelity, which means that if you don't use some kind of extra sound card, or you just use your motherboard sound card, these will sound fairly quiet. And I do know that this is the L1, and this is in a series of 3 headphones. One is with low fidelity and one is with a high fidelity, and the L1 is with the mid-range fidelity. Now the problem is that with this pair of headphones, although they say it works great with a normal laptop system, I would only recommend you having this if you have some kind of sound enhancer like smartphones with Beats by Audio, but I don't recommend them if you are constantly listening through your iPod or just a normal motherboard sound card. If it's Realtek, I have used it on a computer of a friend of mine. Realtek manages to have some great sound coming through these, but it still will be a bit quiet, and that's the reason why the only downflow with these pair of headphones, if you can call it a downflow, because for some people they don't like really loud music and they do mind the details, and when it comes to details, the richness, the mids, the lows, the ends from the music, the Philips actually does a great job overall. I've tested their earbuds, and now with this headphones it really sounds really great. The only downflow, then again, if you like thumping bass and you like loud music, then you're probably better off with a pair of Dr. Dre's, because these go within the range of a pair of Dr. Dre's. But then again, if someone sees me on the webcam that is, or in a meeting or somewhat, with these pair of headphones on my ears, I wouldn't even bother putting them away so they wouldn't see it. I don't like wearing Dr. Dre's in the city, although they have a sealed back plate, which causes it to have less sound for the audience to hear, but I wouldn't wear these because of the sound. But then again, if you don't like loud music and you are used to setting the volume level to mid or low end, I really do recommend these, because they just look stunning. In my opinion, this deserves 5 stars when it comes to looks, and build quality, really 5 stars. So overall, what do we think about this pair of headphones? It does manage to have the job, although be it with a lower sound, but the sound quality really is fantastic. And if you are looking for a headphone and you have a budget of around 100 euros, I do recommend picking these pair of headphones off. Are you a sound enthusiast and you want to get into the sound business with a premium pair of headphones, and you do like to have a pair of headphones that doesn't look like a normal Sennheiser with the black finish all over it, and do like aluminium, like for example next to a MacBook Pro, this would look perfect in my opinion. It has something like Apple-ish to do. But then again, if you go through the accessories, I will mention a few things about the connectors and all that. So see you in a second. As I mentioned, guys, this really has a premium feel to it. It isn't like any other cheap products, like for example the casing of the other Philips headphones, but you really do see that this comes in premium, and it says obsessed with sound, and really this range of Fidelio products is really great. As you can see, this has a chart on it with the different ratings. You can pause the video if you want, but as you can see, it says that it works great with iPod Touch and iPod Classic and all that. Well, I don't really recommend using it with an iPod Touch, unfortunately. Maybe they do need to watch that cone a bit more so that the sound is a bit louder. But then again, if you are a sound enthusiast and you want details and not loudness, this really is a great pair of headphones. If you take a look at the box, as you can see, this has a casing which is made from great looking product, but then this is what bothers me most. And I do know not every product can be perfect, but this is a bag to put your pair of headphones in. And if I take a look at the bag, it has, I don't know, a fabric that collects dust like hell. And if I would be carrying this around in my bag when I'm traveling onto Ghent for my university, it would be full of dust and all that. So I normally wear these around my neck or something when I'm going to Ghent. As you can see, it just was sitting there in the box and it already collected some dust. So for that, it's fun to have a bag that has Philips on it, but I think with such a premium product they could have bothered to have some hard shell casing or whatever. So maybe that's a point when I'm looking to a premium product. Next, you can see it also has an auxiliary port, gold finish to it, as my camera is going to focus. And as you can see, it just uses a 3.5mm headphone jack. And at the other end we have that connection that allows us to connect to the headphone itself. Besides this, we also have another cable which I use because I don't have an auxiliary port. And this is just an extension cable, 3.5mm, and it has a volume rocker on it, which is great, but unfortunately it didn't work with my HTC One V. I don't know if this is a sound problem or a connection problem, but it will probably be fixed as new models are coming through. Then again, if I'm speaking about build quality, if my camera wants to focus on the sleeving, this really is thick and great sleeving. It's not sleeving that you would see on other products that after a few weeks of extensive use would detangle and have all collected dust and everything. This really is a hard fabric. Also doesn't tangle quite a lot, so because of the fact that it is so strong. And the volume rocker really is a great addition to it. So then again, I can see aluminum finish and the black aluminum style of this. So overall guys, as for this review of the Fidelio Philips headphones, it really is a great pair of headphones, although I would like to see another bag coming with the next version of this. This is a great addition if you are a DJ, but then again, if you are a DJ, you probably wouldn't be buying a headphone that only costs around 100 euros, because if you are a professional DJ, you probably have a premium Sennheiser or something else, or an Audio Technica. I do like the aluminium finish to it. It does have a premium feeling. Then again, I do compare it to some Apple products. I'm definitely not an Apple fanboy because currently the only Apple thing I own is an iPod Touch, but that probably has to do with budget range and all that. I would definitely like to thank Philips for sending out this review. I will send them those details, so probably in the next version you'll see an upgrade coming with another back, and probably something with the cone that is going to change. So this was Enya's for Techinbits today with the review of the Fidelio L1, and I'll see you in the next time.